So I'm Trisha. I'm the Perennial crew leader. I come from a background where I previously worked at the Kansas City Zoo with the horticulturist. So I got to go and primarily work with the natives there and create a lot of the massive flower beds, and the butterfly gardens were my big project out there. I've also worked at George Owens Nature Park, a local phenomenal nature park where they also focus on natives and local perennials out there as well. So I also am a botanical watercolorist. So I paint nature-based, not just flowers or plants, but also I do fruit, vegetables, and insects. I've been getting into painting insects with watercolor, so I do a lot of that in my free time. So there's going to be a lot of different types that are going to be really good for this area of perennials, but one of my favorites that I would recommend for everybody to have in their yard is a hardy hibiscus. So you get those lush leaves from the hibiscus, you get the giant tropical looking flower, but the nice part of it is you cut it down maybe about 2 inches down on the stump in the fall, and it'll go dormant over the winter, and then it'll come right back up. Starting about now, if you've come out to see perennials, you'll see we have little growth about this big. So they're coming up, so I definitely recommend a hardy hibiscus for this area. They're just gorgeous, and they do a phenomenal job, and they handle Missouri's crazy summers. So for flowers around a deck, particularly if it gets full sun, I really recommend something of a salvia, the meadow sage. I picked this one in particular. It's one of our newer ones we just got, the Azure Snow. It has really pretty gradients of purple and white, so you don't really see that two-toned look a lot. The reason I like meadow sage for a patio surrounding deck area is it does become more shrub-like. So these ones in particular will get about 20 inches tall or so, maybe about 2 feet, and then they'll get a bit bushy as well. So you have that kind of illusion of a shrub. And then you can also really mix and match. So if you wanted to have these and then purples and pinks and whites, you can have this gorgeous gradient around your deck. So I definitely recommend the salvia meadow sage. So it's really important to have native flower beds, because when you have natives growing, they have learned to evolve to grow with each other over time, like over decades and centuries. And so with that, you're going to have less pest problems, you're going to have less cross issues, you're going to have these plants that learn how to adapt with each other, so you'll have less garden problems overall. They also have this great mutualistic relationship with all of the native insects and birds and just wildlife in general. So it kind of creates this harmonious, ecological and diverse area. So you have, you do have the swallowtails, you have the monarchs, you have anything that is used to coming to this location and has been here for centuries. So it's just really important to preserve that ecological history and to create homes for those insects and animals.